Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Hello, and welcome to Let's Sip and Talk with Freema on this great Wednesday. I hope everyone is having a productive work week this far. And remember to be kind. It does not cost you anything. You never know what the next person is going through. So today we have on a special guest, MeMe Williams. MeMe is a owner of a bar and lounge, but I'm gonna let her go over all that good stuff with you. I'm excited to have her on. And you know, we always say on Let's Sip and Talk with Freema, if we could come across one person that benefit from this show, I feel like I did my job. Also, keep in mind, February the 25th, we have Executive Designs and Creations that will be hosting a fashion show. That's February the 25th. That's at the New Vision Center. Doors open at 4 o'clock. Make sure y'all come out and support your local talent that we have. I see there's a lot of people that's going to be there, a lot of designers. So make sure y'all come through. So without further ado, we will be bringing on Miss MeMe Williams, you guys. Just one moment. Hey, Melvin, thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, MeMe, how are you?
Hey, beautiful. I'm good, and you?
I am doing great. First and foremost, I thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come on and talk with us today about your life, about your journey as a bar and lounge owner. So,
Yes.
MeMe, for the ones that may not know you, can you give us a little history about you?
I was born and raised here in Birmingham, Alabama. Lived my whole life basically here. I have 3 kids, Brianna, Alexis, and Curtis, and 7 grandkids.
Oh, okay.
6 boys and 1 girl.
Oh, wow. That's how my mom is.
Yes. Love them to death. Those are my hearts.
That's good. That's good. So tell us about what made you decide to get into the industry. Would we consider that an entertainment industry, or what type of industry would that be considered?
It is an entertainment industry, and I've been in this industry for over 30 years now. I first started off modeling at the age of 15, and then after I had my first daughter, I just didn't feel like my body was, good enough for that side anymore. So I went to the urban side more and found my niche within it. So I started modeling with Tajay Modeling Agency and doing events, like Jack Daniel events, Remy Martin events and stuff like that. So, and then I started my own modeling agency, Desire Inc. Models.
Oh, wow.
And I've been doing that for over 25 years. And within that, I'm also a promoter too as well. I do concerts, events, comedy shows, any show it is. Southern Soul. I started working at another club here in Birmingham, which was called Martinis, back in 2006 and 7. And I had like 1,000 people there every weekend, over 1,000 every weekend. So then I got to like, why am I making all this money for somebody else? And it's always me making money for somebody else. Right. So I decided to open my own lounge, and I opened up the Vault Bar and Lounge here in Birmingham. And after that, I had it for 9 years. And then I took a break last year because I had not last year, but 2021. I had a lot of stuff going on. And God just snapped me back into place, showed me you forgot who you was.
Right.
Yeah, so then I opened up my new lounge here, Desire Bar and Lounge in Avondale in Alabama.
Okay, I love that. I love that. So, what would you say would be the hardest thing to overcome when it comes to opening up your own bar or lounge, whether it was, the 9 years ago or your newly bar and lounge now? What would you say the hardest thing is for that?
Um, I thank God that I don't have a hard thing.
Okay.
It's just you have to have patience with the process of opening a lounge,
Got you.
um, especially your liquor license. So I didn't have one for over 9 years. So with this one, it went pretty fast because I already know the stages of everything. I already had my paperwork and everything already done. So it didn't take long at all for me.
Okay.
So I know other people may take longer, background checks and all that stuff, but it goes pretty fast for me. And I'm just blessed that it didn't affect me that way.
What advice could you give? Maybe let's say some upcoming promoters. What are
Mhm.
some things that promoters can do to try to bring the crowd, or it really just depends on who that person is?
Like Birmingham, use Birmingham as an example. We are very finicky here. And I heard one of my friends, Jay Coop, he had mentioned because Lil Wayne is coming
Okay.
soon here in Birmingham. And it was like people saying the tickets are too much and this and that. But and I always say nothing's here in Birmingham, but it's a lot of stuff here in Birmingham. There's a lot of talent that come out of Birmingham. But you have to know the people here because we can be clingy to our own groups, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you have to know the people here and know what they want and what they expect, and what they're looking for. But for me, since I've been in this industry so long and I'm a part of this whole community here, even from where I grew up at, so I've always had the followers. So I thank God for that. But and it can be hard if you don't have the followers. You may need to think about trying to do that,
Right.
unless because you can have the biggest and it's just amazing club and it can be empty here,
And it can be empty.
but it just depends on your city and your followers and who you have behind you that will be the outcome
Right.
of your success in your lounge and how you treat people.
And that was going to be my next question. I know sometimes you may come across people that can be a little difficult to deal with. How do you keep a straight face? How do you remain professional, even though it is a nightlife, but you still, of course, have to be professional? How do you overcome something like that with dealing with the public?
um I had an incident at my lounge about 2 weeks ago, and one of my brothers, he was there. I've been knowing him for years, so we call each other brother and sister. He brought his girl there, and his or her sister came with him, and she never met me,
Mm.
but the girl knew me, and I was sitting down talking to him. He was in a chair, so I came up behind him and started telling him something in his ear that was going on. So she came over, the sister came over because I had my arm around him from behind, and she just kept doing me like this. And I'm looking at her like, don't touch me. Do not touch me. But I kept my composure because I'm not gonna let that type of negativity and to be allowed in my lounge, for one. If you're not positive, if you're not coming into my lounge with positive energy, a good vibe, and just want to have a good time, stay at home.
Right.
But you know how liquor can get people sometimes. So, I had to explain to her before I told her who I was, and then the whole attitude changed.
Right.
And she was like, I'm so sorry. This is my first time meeting you, and I just gave you a bad impression and a bad taste in your mouth. I'm like, no, you just need to get a hold of yourself before you approach people and putting your hands on people, because
Absolutely.
that old me, yeah, that old me, yeah,
People.
I wouldn't have cared, get her out my lounge.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I talked her attitude down.
Down.
So, you just got, but sometimes you can't control some people, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Especially if they're on drugs in there, or they took drugs before they came in there, or
Yeah.
drinking too much, or already been drunk before they get to your lounge. That's why I have security at my lounge.
Absolutely.
So escort them on out before anything happens.
Right. That's very true.
Mhm.
Is it okay as far as being a club owner? Do you get the individuals that, hey, I know MeMe, I went to school with MeMe, or I want to get in free? Do you have to deal with all?
Yes. Yes, I used to have to deal with that all the time, but right now it's free to get in my lounge right now anyway.
Okay,
So it's going to change, because I just opened up November
right.
22nd. Once it get warmer, but girl, yes, yes, and it's what's so crazy is it was more guys than women.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Shocking.
That is very shocking. It
I
was
would think
more
it would be
guys than women.
because I'm guilty of it. I must say, hey, such and such invited me out. I come in. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
guilty of
yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
it.
There's nothing
I'm
wrong with
definitely
it.
I definitely would have to come check you out. I only been in Alabama one time, and that was probably like 4 or 5 years ago in business. So
What?
I definitely would have to make that trip. That's
Yes,
probably
ma'am.
like I don't know how far that is. I'm from South Carolina. Who knows?
Oh, yeah, you'll have to catch a flight.
Yeah, I'll probably have to catch a flight.
Because y'all don't think you want to take that drive.
I think that's probably a
It's
little
gonna be
far.
a couple of hours if you take that
Yeah, I'm
drive.
pretty sure like 6 to 8 hours if I'm
Yes,
not mistaken.
yes,
So,
yes.
where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do you think you may open another restaurant and lounge or bar and lounge, excuse me, or
Mhm.
you just excel with this one?
Um, I'm looking to invest in a couple of more years after this one. Because I just want to leave a legacy for my kids and my grandkids. I'll be 50 this year.
Okay, wow, I would have
So,
never guessed.
yes, ma'am. So I'm trying to be retired in the next 5 years.
Okay.
So yeah, so also I'm working on a lot of more projects too with my brother Sir Charles Jones. We got a lot of stuff coming this way. It's from with Southern Soul music, and I'm working on my second book. This was
Oh,
my first book. Yeah, it's called The Fourth Wife.
fourth wife. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, what
It's
made you name it the fourth wife? Look, I'm jumping
oh,
in real fast.
girl, my ex-husband.
Okay.
I was his fourth wife. I found out I was his fourth wife. So
Okay.
yes, in the book is about dealing with a narcissist.
Mm.
Yeah, I went through a lot dealing with him. So yeah, and still going through it. So that's why I haven't put out my second book yet. But the first one it became best selling and bestseller on Amazon, and Barnes and Noble, Books a Million, Goodreads, Walmart. It's everywhere.
And you said that the first book, was it the fourth wife or was it
Yes, this
the
is the
fourth
first
wife,
book,
first book?
The Fourth Wife. Yes, and I put that
Okay.
out in June of 2020. So, and it's been it's going on almost 4 years, and I'm still dealing with a lot of stuff
A lot of
with
stuff
this.
on that. I'm gonna have to
Hmm.
check that book out. It's a lot of stuff you don't know. Of course, I wouldn't know, but you have a plethora of things going on, and it's amazing.
Hmm.
How do you keep the pace? How do you keep staying? With multiple
Oh,
businesses.
girl, it's a lot, especially when I'm doing it by myself. Now that my kids are older, 22, 28, and 31,
Mhm.
they are helping me a lot, and I'm trying to teach them a lot. The grinding. So entrepreneurship, black owned business, on and I tell people all the time, this is not for the weak.
Yeah, I
It
believe
is
it.
not. It is a lot, and it takes away a lot of your time and energy,
Mhm.
and you just have to keep the faith and trust in God and keep pushing.
Right, right. Would you say that someone that wants to be in Mimi shoes, the owner of their own bar and lounge, an author, do you think it's necessary to say you definitely need a team? You know how they say you need a village to raise your child? Do you necessarily need a team to become successful, you think?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am. You do. You have to have some people that you have to put trust in
Right.
to help you, because it's a lot. Even when doing promotions and events and concerts, it's a lot. You have to have a team, promotion team, media team, street team. You have to
Right.
have all of it. So, but I've been fortunate enough to where a lot of it I was able to handle on my own, because I also have a modeling agency as well, and it's designer models. So I dealing with Tony Neal with Core DJs, Greg Street, Casper, Hitman DJs. I call him the Hulk, DJ Aries. That's my boy.
Yeah,
But
shout out to DJ Aries.
yes, that's my boy. And we've been knowing each other for years. And anytime if I need his help on something, you know, I hit him up, you know, ask his advice, and he vice versa here with all of us. But I used to travel like all over from city to city with my models, with all the DJs, you know, Jack Daniels, Remy, Coors, all of that, you know. I had a lock on, and I still have a lock on all of that. So it's a lot. But
amazing.
it's not for the weak. It is not for the weak.
I agree. The amount of stuff that I'm doing, and it's nowhere near anything that you're doing. But you know, if I'm on go mode all the time, I can imagine you. So you have to surround yourself with positive people, because all of our energy goes elsewhere.
Goes out to
You know?
everybody else.
Yeah.
And if I'm around something negative now these days, you know, I was in a car wreck back in 2019, you know, and I was T-boned, and it was like I ended up with PTSD. It's hard for me to drive in the rain now. So outside of that, you know, and dealing with family, friends, I've had to let a lot of friends go because I couldn't deal with the negative, you know. So I had to keep my mental.
Absolutely.
So if every time I'm around you, you always talking about somebody, it's always some drama. My mental cannot handle that.
Right.
You know, even when it comes to somebody I care about passing away, you know, I can't even go to a funeral no more, because I have to keep my mental strong for, you know, myself.
For yourself.
Because right now I know I can't handle it, you know. So even with the beating of the young man with those 5 cops, I still haven't watched that video.
I can't. They were talking about it on the radio, and I listened for a little bit, but I couldn't. I don't even know the background of what really happened. I just can't. I just don't want to know.
Same.
Yeah.
I have to keep my energy high right now, and that's the way I have to keep pushing through, and that's what's keeping me strong right now.
Very similar mindset, because last Wednesday I was just talking to the viewers about things like this. You know, you can't feel bad for protecting yourself. And one of the viewers say, you must protect your peace at all costs.
All times.
You know? And you can't feel bad. Oh my goodness, I may be hurting this person's feelings, or no, you have to
take care of you.
Yes.
You gotta take care of you before you try to help or take care of somebody else.
Absolutely. And this
some people.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying some people don't understand that. They'll be mad with you because it's all about them. About them. They're not thinking, okay, what, you know, well, she could be going through something worse than I am. They don't. It's you got to help them.
You got to help them. I guarantee me, just from the conversation, you were that strong friend. You were that one. Yeah. You know, everybody, okay, MeMe this, MeMe that, I need it. But MeMe, you know, might need something too, or MeMe might be put on a happy face.
Yes.
Something.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one thing. I started dating again back in, I think, the end of 21. And it took me a minute, you know, to get past a lot of stuff that I was dealing with my ex. But the man that I'm with now, Mario, is like, this man helps me to not be everything to everyone. He helps me, you know, and I've never had no one to treat me like this before. So it's it's something different, you know, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
And that's something that a lot of people have to actually get there. You know, everybody's not where we're at, to where we're putting ourselves in our mental first, you know. But hopefully a lot of people will definitely get there and, you know, excel in their endeavors, because you got to have a peace of mind in order to succeed.
Exactly. Exactly. Because I've been stuck in that bed before, you know, and couldn't get out. You know, that depression will hit you, and especially when you know the things you do and that you're used to doing daily, you know, and you can't even get out the bed, or you know, in pain.
Right.
And, you know, you just like, that's your money maker. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's hard to try to cope with it, you know, right. So because you're so used to being on the go, you know. So, yeah.
100%. What does MeMe do for fun aside from your businesses, the model agencies, the bar and lounge, your books, writing? What else do you do to just kind of release from everything? Do you ever go without your phone or any type of devices when you're on vacation? No?
It has, and he was like, "Baby, why don't you just put it on airplane motors? Try to set it to a certain time where you can get some rest." But I'm like, I'm on nightclub hours, so and I've been that way for years. I'm just going to sleep at 6:30, 7 o'clock a.m. And it's hard for me, but if I have something I have to do, I get up and go do it.
Yeah.
But I love fishing.
Oh, okay.
If I have to mute my phone because, going fishing, I'm a country girl. I love horseback riding, but my favorite is going to the beach, getting out the country and going to the beach and being around my grandkids. That's what makes me happy.
Okay, well that's good. One thing I learned, because I got my phone set to sleep mode at 8:30, but I noticed I'm constantly doing this. Every time to check it's like, Prima, you got it set for a reason. Leave it alone. But no, it doesn't work.
And it's crazy because I have like 5 Facebook pages, 3 Instagrams, Twitter, Snap, and it's like TikTok, and I run every last one of them.
Wow.
By myself.
Well, I must say, kudos to you and Mario. I'm saying it like I know
him,
right?
Thank you. It's okay, baby.
Life. Because a lot of partners don't understand. When you're messing with your phone, you're actually handling business. So a lot of partners understand that. So kudos to you guys. And I'm glad, that you have someone that actually understands your life.
And that's the thing, because it's hard for a lot of men to deal with women in the industry.
Yep.
Because it takes a strong man. Yeah. Because you're around, I'm around NFL players, NBA players, rappers, R&B singers. I have a concert I'm promoting for now, coming up on the 11th with Raheem Devon, Kevin Richardson, and Sunshine Anderson here at the BJCC. And it's just, I'm always around celebrities, always. And it's just what I had to try to tell them, if I wanted that, I would have been had it.
Exactly.
You can go through my track record, through my social media, and see, you'll never see me in a relationship with no celebrity or no ball player. I don't care how much they make. I was PR and personal assistant to Marcel Darius for over 7 years.
Oh, wow.
And he played, he went to Alabama, played for Buffalo and the Jaguars, and he's a millionaire, and we still like this. That's my family, So, and he met all of them, Sammy Hill, all of them, and they love him. They love him to death.
Love that. I love that. But that's definitely true. It does take a very strong individual, a partner, to be with someone that's in the industry. And again, I'm nowhere near your level. I plan on getting there.
You're gonna get there, baby.
But my ex said you're just not for the weak. It takes a definitely a certain type of guy to actually be with someone who's actually, I guess, in the entertainment industry and the, or what have you. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. No. Strong man.
Hopefully, and even though soon, that's strong enough to handle.
Yes.
I recently divorced March of last year. In March. So I was married for 16 years.
Ooh. Wow.
Married for 16 years. Together for 20 when we divorced. Yeah. So.
That was my kid's dad. I was with him since I was 15 years old. And we was married 5 years out of 15.
Wow. Yeah. Things happen. We can't cry with spilt milk. Hey.
Come on.
It is.
Come on. Put them big girl panties on and keep on moving. Do what we gotta do. But that's the thing, you're blossoming. You are blossoming. And that could have been holding you back.
Right.
Because I know my kid's dad, he was holding me back, And that's one thing you have to look at. Look how God is blessing you now.
Absolutely.
We go through a lot. Domestic abuse, all of it. I've been through all of it, but just take that as a lesson and keep receiving your blessings.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And that's so true. Anything that we go through, I always say you find a positive out of every negative situation. Find that
Yes,
positive,
ma'am.
positive. Absolutely. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes,
So,
ma'am.
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I say you have to.
Oh yeah, you definitely have to. One thing that I do ask all my guests
Mm.
is, there are some little memes out there that want to own their own bar and lounge, that want to be that author, that want to have that modeling agency. What are some uplifting words, some motivational phrases that you can tell those little girls that want to be in your footsteps one day, but they're scared? They're scared. So what would you tell them to do?
Trust me, that's a good thing being scared.
Hmm.
That's a good thing to be scared. But because I was scared to even open this new lounge,
Yeah.
if it don't scare you, then that's a problem.
Mm,
Um, make sure that is your niche. Make sure this is what you want. Because don't think you're going into it just because you see money, come in, you see a whole lot of people in there. But the thing is, you don't know the backside of that. You don't know the bills, everything you have to keep up, what's your responsibility.
right.
It's not easy. It is not easy. So make sure it's your niche first. I tell people all the time, whatever you like doing, go for that
Hmm.
because you're gonna love doing it. When
Right.
you gonna love getting up, going there, you're not gonna get tired of it. You're not gonna be mad because you're there and ready to go home. You know, that's gonna be your niche.
Right.
So make sure you have people behind you that that are there to help you. I'm here. My social media is MEME Williams on all social media outlets. I help anybody that calls me.
I love
I
it.
do. It's just me. God gave it to me as a gift. So, I used to have people one time was like, why are you giving these people your connects? I said, why not?
Exactly.
What is that stopping me? I say, because if they get bigger than me, they're gonna look back and be like, she helped
Yep.
me get here,
That's
you
it.
know, instead of holding them back, just trying to be hateful and mean. I'm not gonna hold all this inside, for what? And it dies with me?
Yeah,
No. I'm gonna spread this out to everybody, anybody who want it.
I
You
love
know.
that. Yeah.
So yeah, got to. That's what God is here for.
Yep.
Help and bless others.
Help and bless others.
Yes,
Melvin said
ma'am.
we're supposed to uplift one another, not hold each other back.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Mm. Say it again.
Hmm.
You have to.
You have to, and that's something I never understood is why people, we say, withhold information. Like
Hmm.
you said, what are you gaining from that? To me, like, that's just being mean for no
Right.
reason. I
Right.
never understood it. If I
Right.
know I can help you, I'll do it.
Exactly. Even to I've been around so many celebrities, and for me, if somebody I don't even be a middleman. I give, straight connects. I
Hmm.
don't try to be like, well, call the artist and be like, well, I'm hooking you up with this, shoot me a little something. Mm-mm. I get my blessings back,
Right.
and because people like, how are you so cool with all these celebrities? I'm like, because I'm just a real person. They see I'm genuine. I'm not there to take advantage of no one. And like my brother, Five from A Tribe Called Quest, that was my heart, And and he introduced me to Q-Tip when he passed away, you know, Q-Tip and all them, Busta Rhymes, Red Man, all them, you know, at his house just welcoming me, because they saw how much I love Fife, and I do anything for them. And they learn anytime if they need me, they can pick up the phone. They got my number just like I got their number,
Right.
and it's always still love, so
Yeah, you definitely receive the energy you give.
yes.
Like with DJ Aries, I didn't know it from a can of spray paint. My daughter wanted to have a picnic with her friends at the park. So
Mhm.
I'm jumping rope, minding my business while they're having their little picnic. And then I see him out there talking to someone I went to school with. And then she introduced us, and right there on the spot, let me interview you. I was ready, had my
Yep.
equipment ready, and then he hit me up afterwards, and that's like you said, straight connections to you guys. Wasn't no middleman. He just, hey, this person will be great to interview. He said, now MeMe has her own barn lounge. She's more than just a pretty face. There's somebody you definitely need
Yep.
on your show. You know, so I was like, great. He
Yes.
gave us people to reach out to, and you know, again, didn't know me at all.
Right.
He straight did it.
That free spirit.
Yeah, I'm definitely appreciative.
Yes. Love him.
Melvin says some men get threatened with a woman who is strong and independent. Some men feel useless if their woman don't need them for certain things. I personally admire a strong, independent woman myself, and that's true.
It is. That is so true.
Yeah,
That is true.
I mean, want to be needed.
And it's funny because I did a Shade 45 here last year with Tony Neal, with XM Radio and Core DJs, and it's just funny how a lot of men be like, well, how she get to do this, you know, how she get to do that. And he was like, let me explain one thing to you about what I've learned about MeMe, and I've been knowing her for years. You know, MeMe grinds hard. She will get up and go, and she ain't never had to sleep with nobody in the industry to get her where she at now. And that made my heart just smile, because they recognize that in the industry here, where we're in the industry. I don't have to, you know, people see my face or my body, or, you know, and I'm not a dumb little blonde. I'm from the streets, straight from the streets. Got street sense, book sense, and street sense.
Absolutely. Yes. Street sense, book sense, all of it.
All of it. All of it.
All of it. It feels good to be respected. You know, like you say, you don't have to open your legs to every guy just to try to get, because they're going to talk about that. So why not get it the way you know how to get it? And
Also, hustle forward. And I've been doing this, oh God, almost 30 years now. And it's crazy how you have so many people in the industry that respects you. I was in Atlanta last year, a couple of months ago. Akon had a private listening party for his son. And I've did some work with Akon through Robert Casper Smith with Hitman DJs. And he when he saw me, it was just like, wow, MeMe, I haven't seen you in a long time. And I was like, yeah, I know. I was like, well, and he was like telling everybody, if you in this room, you mean something to me, you know.
Absolutely.
You know, and that touched my heart. And like I told him then, I was like, well, once my new lounge open, I would be honored to have you and your son to come to my new lounge and do a listening party for him too as well. He was like, MeMe, put it together. And I was like, I'm on it.
I love it. That great energy, that kind spirit, that's just being respectful to people. You know, that gets you a long, long way.
Yes.
Choosing your battles. You know, not going back and forth with people. Just My
work speaks for me, you know. And then when you get around me, you know, a lot of women, and it's hard sometimes because a lot of women, they just see a face and a body and they just don't like you.
Yeah.
You know, but like I tell everybody else, you know, speak, you know, just say, hey, you know, if I wave, someone won't even speak. They won't even give me a chance, you know, but if you do talk to me, you'll learn I'm a down to earth, goofy, hustling woman, and I can probably help you with something.
Right, absolutely.
You know,
we probably, both of us probably heard it. Oh, she's stuck up, or you know, until you talk to me and you realize, oh, she's pretty
cool. I'm just as goofy as I want to be. Yeah. Yes.
MeMe, is there anything that we did not discuss that you want to put out there in the universe?
Be aware. Be aware of people, because it's a lot of stuff going on in this world today. Be mindful, you know, when you around people. Watch your attitudes, because you know you never know what the next person is going through. So be mindful of it. You know, treat them the way you would want to be treated. And if you're having a bad day, don't go out nowhere. You know, until you get yourself right. Because when you go out there, you just making somebody else hurt, or making them feel some type of way when they are having a good day and you just brought their whole spirits down. So just be mindful.
Be mindful. Take
Yeah.
accountability. I'm having a bad day. I'm
Mm.
behind home because I don't want to make somebody else have a bad day.
Yes, and if you do, recognize it and apologize. Be the bigger person, apologize because you the one brought that energy there.
I love it. I love it. I love it, Mimi.
Mm.
That was something very nice and powerful to leave us with. Again, I thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule, to come on, talk to us. And as I said earlier on, as long as we impacted one person tonight, I feel like we did our job.
Amen.
The whole purpose of me doing Let's Sip and Talk with Freema. Yeah, I cut up on Friday nights and stuff. But when I have interviews, it's for the purpose of giving back. We're sharing knowledge. We let people know, hey, you can do it too. So I appreciate you more than you know. Again, if there's anything I can do on my end, let me know.
Okay, baby, and keep pushing. I'm proud of you.
Yes, we will. Thank you so much.
Ma'am.
To you. And when I'm in Alabama, I'm specifically come just to come visit. Hopefully, I'll try to get up there over the summer. If not, it'll be soon. Hopefully.
Yes, you have my number.
Okay, I sure do.
All right.
All right. And again, thank you so much. And as I always say on Let's Sip and Talk with Freema, peace and love.
Mwah.